New Orleans Classic. Okay, I'm good. Spare up in the fourth, fifth frame. There they go. All right. Look at that progression, Nelson, from the beginning to now.
He crossed right next to me, Chris, in the 18-game qualifying. You see the first, second, and third box, and he was always in the hunt, just snuck in by about 20 pins, then made a big move in the 8-game matches the Thursday evening, advanced with the 16 games Friday, and now he's in fourth place going against the very tough Pete Weber. He needs this to take the lead.
Pressure shot, doubling here in our very first match with the winner to meet, Tony Westlake. What a performance.
Look at how close he comes to the channel. He sends that 16-pound spheroid out there with a big turn. Turns left with about 10 feet from the pins and just saws those 3-pound, 6-ounce Brunswicks apart. He has the lead. The pressure's on Weber.
Boy, Pete started that nearly into the channel, but it hung on the lane, of course.
I expect to see one dip off in the channel, Chris, as a lot of the players like to say that slips into the moat, and when you have to play a line, that outside line like that, it's test your nerves. Obviously, there's good reward of tremendous pin action with a good angle of attack on the 1-3 pocket, but the penalty is if you send it too wide, it's a 0. Weber to regain the lead, trails by 2.
First match we have, 10-time champion Weber, non-winner Monteleone. 8 pins separating the two pros.
And there's the reaction of Pete Weber as he knocks out the 10-pin in the 7th frame. He left a solid 10 in the 5th. He regained the lead over Scott Monteleone with that shot. But Monteleone, up in the 7th, has 2 strikes working, can once again retake the lead.
Great break for Scott Monteleone of New Orleans. Very polite young man. When they were practicing earlier, there's a table that has ice water, and he came up to me and he said, "Is it all right if I have some?" Of course, it's for them.
And watch a key break. The 2-pin, the 3rd pin on the left part of your screen. It goes to the sideboard, twist between the 4 and 7. A hit that you could not carry very often this week. Scott does it in just a perfect situation as he once again retakes the lead.
Crossing over and leaving the 6-10 on the left lane. Nonetheless, inspiration from the applauding fans here. Tony Westlake, who will meet the winner, is practicing off to the right. You just heard the pin fall. And then when you hear it, the rest of our telecast, it'll be the remaining pros warming up.
Monteleone with a spare would make the match all even.
First game, first step toward the $38,000 Champions Prize. The Don Carter Greater New Orleans Open. Pete, 5'7", 130 pounds.
Match all even. Whoever 2 strikes working can take the lead by 10 pins with an additional strike here in the 8th.
All sizes in the sport of bowling. And Nelson, Pete is sort of the size of the ski jumpers that'll be in the Calgary Olympic Games. 5'7", 130. Some of the best weigh in at about that. And, of course, exclusively here on ABC. And our first ski jumping event, Nelson, will be 2 weeks from tomorrow.
And you will be doing that event, the 70-meter jump and the 90-meter. The top American, Mike Holland. We wish him well. Now, here's Weber. 9th frame, has a 10-pin lead. He sticks at the foul line.
Gets it. What a way to set up that foundation frame. Now he's checking his slide. That could be unnerving, can't it?
Very much so, Chris. And here's an interesting point here. Scott Monteleone is perspiring profusely, and he may have left a little perspiration on the approach. It's Weber's job to check that approach, and he didn't. He got a break. If he had fouled, it would have been his own fault.
Not folding by the least. This young man from New Orleans with a strike in the ninth. But it's an uphill battle against Pete Weber.
Once again, if Monteleone was really thinking he's an amateur, not an amateur, his first round here, he would go up and check that approach right now, Chris. Even though Weber's stuck, Monteleone can't take it for granted that he won't stick. And at this point right now, he needs a strike to pressure Weber. He trails by 20, 10th frame.
Here it is. Big loft out on the lane. Like the bend in the Mississippi into the 1-3 pocket. Whoa.
Well, he has the crowd behind him. The situation is this. Pete Weber is working at a 236 pace. Monteleone with 2 more strikes would have 236. The match is up for grabs.
Look at this 22-year-old. First time on national TV. He has strung 3 now.
You heard the first hoot-at from the crowd. That's the battle cry or the rallying cry of the New Orleans Saints. Right now, they're rooting for their hometown boy, Scott Monteleone. With a strike here, he can force Weber to strike in the 10th.
Pressure is reversed now. Great job with 8 strikes and a 236 by this 22-year-old. I guess you'd have to say he must be made of the right stuff.
For Pete Weber, he must strike on this ball. If he doesn't strike, Scott Monteleone's the winner and will go against Westlake. If he does strike, he still has to keep it on the lane. Here's the shot.
One way he has won 10 championships, including the Firestone. Intense competitor. I doubt if there's any greater intensity.
Agreed, Chris, as he just crushes all 10 pins, drives them straight in the pit. One thing he has to worry about now, look at that precarious line he's playing, the outside line. Pete Weber should not give it that much room this time. So go down the center of the lane, make sure he gets up. There you go.
It still gets them all, as he found a new line, Bo.
Yes, he did. There's a great shot out there. If you pull it a little bit, it goes in the pocket. If you swing it, that's all the ingredients for great scoring.
Okay, we'll give you Pete's final score will be in the 250s against Monteleone's 236. Nine strikes for Weber, a 256 victory. We're in Harvey, Louisiana, across the river from New Orleans, and our first match, we hope you saw it, a total of 17 strikes, 9 by Weber, who wins it.